All right, ready?
Ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of Snitchin'. It's your
Hey, snitches.
Hey
Get ready to
Snitches.
snitch.
It's your host, Kristen,
I'm Brittany.
and we're coming to you from Boston on this lovely Thursday morning. Hey, Britt, how's your
Or the best part of your day.
Yeah, you know what? Okay. I like that as our intro.
Yeah. I feel like we need like a little jingle. I keep kind of thinking, but
That's
I
a down
keep
the road.
yeah, we gotta push that back a little.
Yeah. So we are going to be trying to put these up on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're recording this one a little bit later on Thursday. So we haven't really talked since Monday. How's your week been?
It's been good. Not super eventful. I quit my first book of 2025.
Oh my gosh, what was it?
Um, Demon Copperhead, which I told you about last time. It was
Right.
just so sad.
Really?
Well, it's like about like I mean, I get the point and I feel terrible because like I get like that it's like people actually go through this stuff and like it's important for the world to know and to like feel pain about it. You know what I mean? Like I always feel
Yeah.
like that with like I read a lot of like historical fiction, like Holocaust books and stuff. And it's so sad, but I'm like, no, but it's important for people to know that this happened. Um, so I totally understand that. But like it's about like this 11-year-old boy, at least the part I got to like 25% in, and it's 500 pages. And it's told from his perspective. So it's like cute and stuff like that, but it's also so sad because it's like he has basically no family and like no one. And he's like going from foster home to foster home, and he just like has bad luck after bad luck. Like you wouldn't believe the bad luck this poor kid has. Like this nice
No.
kid. And I was like, it's literally haunting me. It's so sad. And then I texted Sammy, my new sister-in-law, because I knew she read it. And I was like, is the whole book like this? Because if it's like this, like, I don't know if I can do 500 pages. And she was like, yeah, it's pretty depressing. So then I ended up reading the summary, the rest of the book online. So we'll see if
Okay.
I come back to it or not. But then I started, you would like the book I started in 5 years. You heard of that?
I think I have heard of it. I haven't read it.
I feel like you'd recognize the cover.
Probably.
But it was like exactly what I need, just like an easy love story type read after the trauma of David Copperfield. Like it was getting to the like it's like okay, author, you made the point. I understand the message. I like I totally hear you what you're saying, but it's like low key, the author is kind of a sick fuck. Like she goes way too far. I'm like, this doesn't need to be 500 pages. Like it could have been 300 pages and we still would have got the same message. So
You
yeah,
know
I
what's
went for something
twisted?
lighter.
Because you're describing it and like I understand what you're saying. There's like so much, it's too heavy to read and all this. It's making me want to read it though.
It's good. Like a lot of people love it. I'm just like low key very sensitive.
You are. Oh, that's sweet.
I know. And I think it's like because I'm a parent and it's like a little boy.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I
So
was thinking that when you said it.
yeah, so that's part of it too. But you would probably, I mean, it's heavy, but it is like it makes you like learn a lot about like the like rural parts of the country that like people just don't talk about or care about. That's like a big theme.
I should read it. Here's the thing, and I feel this way the same with books as I do movie series, or not movie series, TV series. If you recommend a 700-page book to me, or even a 500-page book, or a 10-season show, the likelihood of me reading it, that is probably my biggest barrier to entry.
Yeah,
Because
I'm not like that.
you're not like that. I remember for years you were telling me to read The Nightingale, Kristen Hanna's
Love the
Nightingale, which
Nightingale. Yeah.
we both, I think, would rate that. I'm giving that like a
10.
10. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my favorite book besides Harry Potter.
Maybe, honestly, great take. And maybe one of the best endings of a book that I've read.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've been
Yeah.
that emotional, but I will say it took me years to get there because it's 700 pages. I mean, who has the time? And I like
Yeah.
reading.
No,
It's
I know.
a
But that
commitment.
book was heavy too.
That's what I'm saying. It took me a
Yeah.
really long time to pick it up because just, I mean, it just feels like such a commitment. And I, in and of itself, am a slight commitment folk to begin. So, like, if you tell me I have to sit and read this book every day, whatever, I'm just, it's too much. But I am glad I read that one. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try. I am currently in the middle of Fourth Wing, which
Oh, nice.
it's really good. Yeah. Fourth
You
Wing
like it?
is, I do like it. For anyone who doesn't know, I think it's pretty popular though. It's a fantasy novel about this young girl, Violet, who is, it reminds me of not Hunger Games, but
It's like Harry
I
Potter mixed with the Hunger Games, I feel like.
mixed with Divergent, because did you read
Oh yeah,
Divergent?
Divergent. I forgot
Yeah,
about that's a deep cut.
that's a deep cut. And but it reminds me of this, it's similar in that sense because they're at a school and they are being trained in different areas, similar to Divergent. I feel like there was 4 or 5 different sectors or something that you
Like
could put in.
factions or something. Yeah.
Yes. So it's similar to that. I do like the main character. I think it's pretty obvious what's getting set up in terms of love story, but I'm here for that. So I'm okay with that.
Well, you're halfway in.
About 35%. I like how my Kindle, because I am a uh book person. I like having the physical book.
Mm.
But and I'll get into this later in the podcast. I've been traveling a lot this year. I traveled for 4 months straight and I bought a
Oh yeah.
Kindle for that trip. And now I read off the Kindle. And I like how at the bottom it tells you how many hours you have left and what percent through the book you're at.
Yeah. Well, you can change that, you can change it to be like pages, but then
Oh,
like
really?
but then like while I'm reading, I'll like click the bottom and you can also see like how much time left in your chapter. So I'll be like,
I
oh,
love
10
that.
minutes left in the chapter. Yeah, I love that too. I also love another good Kindle trick. You can like, if you see a word you don't know, like a vocabulary word, if you like click on it and hold it down, it will like tell you the definition.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wait,
Now, like whenever I read a regular book, I'm like I'm like, oh, I want to press that one, but I can't.
I love that. Wait, what a good pro tip.
Yeah.
Speaking of books, I do think I'm gonna pick up a game of
Oh,
court.
Akatar.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
Avatar.
you got through what, like the second?
I read the first one, loved the first one, started reading the second one. What, do you know the name of that one?
A Court of Silver Flames or something like that.
Well, that one then. I
Yeah.
was like probably halfway through. And then I went traveling, so I didn't finish it.
Oh, Mist and Fury. That's it. Mist
I was
and
gonna
Fury.
say I didn't think it was roses. Mist and Fury. I do need to pick it back up again because I do want to finish it. I everyone tells me that that second book is the best book, and
No, I agree. Everyone was telling me the second one was the best one, and there was definitely a period where I was like, this is boring.
yeah,
So
I'm waiting for the two people we know to get together, and they haven't yet, and I'm just like waiting here.
I guess like spoiler alert, if you're reading Avatar, were you like surprised that she doesn't end up with like the or not like end up, but like the love story from the first one like didn't
I
continue?
well, I felt like this book. So there's a love story in Akatar. Thank God we know that acronym because I
I
could
know.
never get the name right. You know that there's some marketing genius who came into the meeting that day and was like, okay, I don't even know the author's name. People aren't going to know this.
A Court of Thorn and Roses.
It's too much. We're going with Akatar. And
Yeah,
honestly, bless that
good
person.
for them. Yeah,
They should keep,
bless.
yeah. Um, but anywho, so I felt like the love story that the love triangle was introduced a little bit later in that series. So I wasn't expecting it as much,
Yeah,
but I'm not necessarily surprised. I like both of the characters, and I think a lot of people feel strongly about one or the other, and I kind of like both. So I will say my one of my favorite parts of Akatar is just learning about the different courts.
yeah, I agree.
Um,
I've heard that actually Jean is reading it, but I have heard like Throne of Glass books. Those like she wrote before ACOTAR,
oh,
and they're I think more focused on like the world building and stuff like that. So if
oh,
you
that's
like that,
cool. Well,
yeah.
it makes me think like what court would I be in?
Oh, I know. Well, what court would you be in?
Well, let's
I
list the
think night.
courts. Let's list the courts for people who don't know them. So in Akatar, the world that they live in is comprised of 7 courts,
I think
and
so, yeah.
you live in one basically. You really it doesn't seem like you visit the other ones. So just know that because if you're picking what court you're in, you are staying in your court. So the 7 courts are the seasons: summer, autumn, winter, spring. And then
Mhm.
there's dawn court, night court, and day court. What do you think you would be in, Britt?
I think dawn for sure.
You're such a dawn
I'm
girl.
a morning person.
What 100% you are. I feel like the morning is
Um,
your time. You've always been that way.
yeah, and I just love like the peacefulness and like the sunrise and like yeah, I just feel like it's much more peaceful. I feel like I have the whole day to do something. I don't have to like I'm not tired yet
Good point.
because yeah, when I get tired, it all goes downhill. Like I am not a night person.
Oh, girl, I am rocking the night court. You know,
Yeah.
I'm up there. The minute I read it, I was like, oh, please. I mean, I'm obviously in the night court. Like
Yeah. The
dawn
night court seems like it has the best clothes.
court, for sure. I mean, oh, yeah. I mean, the night court's where it's at. They describe the night court as almost like you're in this, at least this is how the takeaway I had. You're in this like sea of stars, basically. It's supposed to be pretty.
Yeah.
Every court's supposed to be pretty. But
But
yeah,
I think night court is like secretly pretty. Like all the other courts, I don't know if you've got to this, like think that night court's like bad and scary and they have that reputation. But if you actually go there, it's much more like starry night and like not scary.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Like the night people know what they're doing. They're like, don't come over here. We don't need you guys.
Yeah. Right. They're like, fine, think I'm scary.
Yeah. Like we're good. We're chilling.
Yeah.
I feel like day court would also be just as great. Like I could hang in the
I
day
could be in
court.
day. I could be
Yeah.
in day.
Maybe me
Yeah.
and you can meet in day because I'm not making it to dawn court. Hardly ever.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not making it to dawn court.
But I'm gonna pick it up. I think I'm gonna finish Fourth Wing and then pick back up Akatar. So I'll share my thoughts about it.
Nice. The audiobook's good too. I got the audiobook for those.
Oh yeah,
Like Akatar because they're so long. So I like read some and did some audiobook. It was like when I was on maternity leave. So that's a good tip.
pro tip. Oh, so getting into some of our like topics for this week or for today. Did you see the thing about Taylor Swift's stalker?
Yes, I did. Should I read a little blurb about it just to give everyone the background?
Yeah.
All right. So Taylor Swift has filed for a restraining order against Brian Jason Wagner, a 45-year-old man she alleges has been stalking and harassing her for nearly a year. According to Swift's declaration, Wagner began showing up at her Los Angeles home in July 2024, making multiple visits and claiming to be in a relationship with her, among other false statements. Ooh. During one of these visits, he was reportedly carrying a glass bottle that could have been used as a weapon. Yikes. Swift's security team discovered that Wagner has been sending her lengthy communications expressing infatuation and making false claims about their relationship while he was incarcerated in 2023. Since his release, he's continued to visit her property, sent hundreds of emails to her staff, and even attempted to change his driver's license address to her Los Angeles home. What the fuck?
That's crazy.
Yes.
Dealing with stalkers is not something that the everyday person has to deal with.
Oh, but that's like really scary.
Yeah, and that's right, exactly, because I feel like stalkers are level 10 terrifying.
Yeah, poor Taylor. I mean, she's definitely a top-notch security, but I feel like I don't see like a lot of times her like getting restraining orders against people.
I think I'm sure she's had so many stalkers in her life. The fact that it's making news, this guy must have crossed the line or it's getting to a point where, yeah, she's terrified, just like to let people know.
Remember when we went to the Patriots game, like when the Chiefs played at Gillette, was
Yeah.
it like 2 years ago? And Taylor was there. And then we happened to be actually sitting like right in front of her box. Remember, she like looked out the window. I mean, I know you remember, but she was like literally right behind us. But I feel like so she like peeked her head out the window and kind of like waved. And that's when like we figured out she was there. But like before we even knew that, like before she looked out, well, I remember there was like it was like a younger girl, but she was like just standing, like her back was to the game and like facing Taylor's like
Yes.
booth thing, suite. And it was just weird. I was like, clearly this girl, like this is just there's a line, I feel like, with
It's
being
a
like
line.
obsessed. And that's like crossing it when it's like you already know where she's sitting before like anyone else.
1000%. Okay, so all of our for backstory, all of our friends and family know that me and Brittany and our friend Gina are obsessed with Taylor Swift, level 10 fans, been fans since high school, day one. We went to, like Brittany said, the Chiefs game where the Patriots game, Chiefs game, and Taylor was there. First off, we had the Swiftie karma is so real. We were offered multiple tickets. One, because the Patriots stank it up that year. So like no one
Yeah.
cared to go. And two, because everyone knows we're huge Taylor fans. And the rumor was that she would be there. So we get tickets, but we ended up like swapping tickets with family friends or whatever. And
We were in the worst seats.
right, we were in the worst seats. Switching so that other people we knew could sit together, whatever, whatever. Point being is we end up getting these much better seats. And it was legit right below Taylor's box. It was so crazy. It was so fun.
Yeah.
We were,
Yeah.
all we kept saying the whole time, we're like, wait, so we have the exact same perspective right now as Taylor
We're
Swift.
doing the same exact thing.
Like
And we can see the same exact thing.
like I'm looking at what she's looking at. That's crazy.
Yeah. I thought about that for days.
Like literally. The reason I say it though is because I have never been to a Patriots game before that, even though the town we grew up in is truly 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's weird.
I know. But I remember thinking at work that week that I didn't want to like tell people that I kept saying like, oh, I'm going to my first Patriots game. And then I was pretty sure that I was like, everyone's going to think that I'm just going because
I know.
of Taylor. And that's a bit much, which is like true, but it's also, I mean, we got the tickets for free. What are we not going to go?
We didn't even seek the tickets out. They literally came to us.
Right.
What are we not? Yeah. What are we not doing? Take advantage? Of course we are.
Yeah. What are we like?
And Taylor loves Gillette.
100%. So anyway, yeah, but I was definitely afraid that we were going to be looking like those girls who were kind of picking up to find her in the stadium, which we're not trying to do that. But
no.
I will say it was probably the closest proximity we've ever been to her. I mean, we were less than what, 100 feet? I'm not really good at distances.
Well, during the Fearless tour, she walked through the stands and I touched her. So that's technically the closest I've ever been. I don't know if you remember this, but it was when I worked at like Crescent Ridge, which is an ice cream shop. And I remember so this was probably like 2010 or something. I went into work and everyone was like, oh, how was the Taylor Swift concert? And I was like, oh my God, I touched her. She walked down the stairs. And then this other girl comes in and she's like, oh my God, I hugged her. I was like, what? Fucking bitch. You stealing my thunder? Like, she's like, oh yeah, that happened to me too, but I hugged her. I was like, all right, walk away.
Yeah. Kick rocks.
Yeah, go kick rocks. Like, thanks for ruining my moment. But anyway, yeah, otherwise I feel it. Well, no, when we were in the front row in Reputation, I think we were close.
Right. We went to the Reputation tour. We were front row at Gillette. That was sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. What am I talking about? Of course, that was the closest.
The closest we've been to her, like in not like tour setting and not at a concert.
But I mean, yeah, back to the stalking thing. Like that must be really scary. Do you think she has security at all times? 24/7?
Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember when she had that house down the Cape, like when she was dating Connor Kennedy.
Throwback.
There was like my mom and I tried to go buy it. Again, I'm sounding like a stalker, but I swear I'm not.
We can edit this out.
Yeah, we can edit this. But there was like people like there were security guards there for sure, and they were like there was like this one guy riding a circle, like riding a bike in a circle, and like there was someone else just sitting in a car. Like you could tell there were, and she wasn't even there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I'm glad that she got the news out because hold on, I'm just reading a little bit more about it. Oh, so this article I'm on NBC. It says this certainly isn't the first time a man has made news for stalking or harassing the megastar. 2024, man was charged with stalking and harassment after visiting her home about 30 times in a couple of months.
Oh my God.
Yep. 2 years prior, a Virginia man accused of drunkenly crashing his car into the same New York apartment before attempting to force his way into the building.
Oh my God.
One more, an Iowa man was arrested near her Rhode Island home 2019 carrying a backpack containing more than 30 lock picks and other burglary tools. He told,
oh my God,
people are crazy.
That's scary. And it's crazy too that they're all like middle-aged men. Like I'd be way more afraid of that than like, the girls at the Gillette game. I mean, I'd be afraid of them too though, honestly, but
anyway, I wonder if Blake's reached out.
But yeah, what's going on with them?
So what's going on with that? Well, this week, big headlines because so basically Blake Lively sues Justin Baldoni for sexual harassment and something else. I think I can't remember exactly what, And then he countersued for 400 million for defamation and basically like her ruining his reputation, whatever.
He won the first one, right?
Well, this week the judge dismissed his countersuit.
Right.
So that's
Okay.
dropped. They still haven't gone to court for her allegation.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Um, this seems a little off to me. I mean, this has been in the news for so long, months and months and months, and then all of a sudden it's thrown out. Like, I don't know. It was thrown out in federal court, not trying to be a conspiracy theorist here or whatever, but it just smells like to me something happened or someone was paid off or something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's
I
I
thought he just didn't have enough evidence or whatever.
there was reason behind they gave reason why it was dismissed and it was on like two counts. One of them was like he didn't provide enough information to say that it was, I think, like intentional. Hold on, let me pull it back up. The first allegation is that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, and their publicist threatened to refuse to promote the film and attack Baldoni if she didn't get control and credit. So that was like the first allegation. And the judge rejected it, saying that they failed to adequately allege that Lively's threats were extortion rather than just bargaining over working conditions. So that's the first reason why they got dismissed it. Second is that Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist and the New York Times spread a false narrative that Baldoni committed sexual misconduct against Lively and engaged in a smear campaign. They rejected that because they said that he failed to adequately allege any false statements made to the Times, other than statements made by Lively in a complaint she filed. So I don't really know, but apparently there's seven things that they're like prosecuting on, or there's like more things, so they can go back and still go for some stuff. But the big lawsuit, I guess, was thrown out, and that was why.
That sounds lawyery.
I don't know. I feel like there's right. It's very a lot of legal jargon. It's not going to be easy to understand, but to me, this just feels fishy that all of a sudden out of the blue it's dropped. When in the public eye, in my opinion, she was definitely losing favor. It seemed like people were starting to believe his side of the story, especially after she released those text messages talking about Taylor and
Oh,
Ryan as her dragons.
yeah.
So
Yeah, her texts were weird.
so weird.
Like, just so shows your character. Like, she must be weird.
Also, she's come out and there's been interviews that have been found where she's talking about her how she approaches projects, and she'll say, I, get on to be like the actress, but the directors, producers don't know that once I get my claws in something, I want to get all my creative juices like on it, blah, blah, blah. So I really start to take control. So she essentially dupes these
Oh,
directors. I mean, think of
yeah.
it in like a corporate. So for context, Brittany and I both work in the corporate world
America.
right now. Yeah, America. Thank you. And imagine if like your boss, you get on a project or on something, and then you just like take it over. Your boss will
Yeah,
like,
no.
stay in your lane.
Yeah. No, that's not cool. Well, I feel like it makes sense that Taylor doesn't want to hang out. I mean, I'm sure she's not like trying to make a statement that she's like against Blake Lively. She just probably doesn't want to get like close to that drama. And like, does Blake, the second Taylor Swift becomes involved, it just becomes that much more of a story. That many more people hear about it. So like, maybe they just don't want to bring a ton of attention.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. I mean, this is not going to be the thing that gives her a bad rep. But yeah, that's that. Anything else you want to talk about? Wow.
Oh, well, we watched the Wicked trailer.
Oh my gosh, what did you think?
So I didn't realize that, and I only watched the part of the first one, but I didn't realize the guy from Bridgerton is in it. He's so cute.
Oh my God, my king, Jonathan Bailey. You didn't know that?
Yeah. No,
Well, because
he must,
you haven't seen
I
the.
haven't seen the full first one.
Oh my God, Brittany,
I
you've got
love
to watch
him.
that.
He's
Oh,
gay in real life.
of course, because he's amazing. Uh,
Ugh,
I
damn.
know.
Win for the gays.
No, the gays really won with that one.
Yeah, they did.
Jonathan Bailey is such a king. Yeah, he's great in the movie. People, I think, had different like impressions of him in the first one because his performance in Dancing Through Life, which is his big number, it's very boy band.
Hmm.
It's very theater. It's very, I don't know. If you're a theater kid, I think you love it. Um,
Yeah.
Some people I think were thought it was a little corny, but I loved it.
I feel like a lot of the songs are kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean it is a musical theater, so
Yeah, I know. It is like an OG. But so they added stuff. They've clearly added stuff to the movies. It's not like true to the musical, the play.
I agree. I saw the play once. It was a long time ago. I always thought that in the second half, like kind of present day Elphaba and Glinda aren't ever in the same scene together. The
Yeah.
trailer, they clearly are. So
Yeah.
I think they do change it a little bit.
Well, just the length, the sheer length of it. The first movie's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's long.
And then the second one's probably at least 2 hours. And I can't, like the musical is not 4 hours, 4+ hours.
No, no, musical,
I
no.
saw it too, but it was like over 10 years ago, and I don't remember it really at all.
Yeah.
But I love Ariana Grande in it. She's like perfect for that.
Oh, the first movie, I think she stole the show in terms of her acting. She's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's going to be great. I loved the first one. I loved the colors in it, the costume design, just everything. And I'm also really happy that the second one is coming out this year. I like that they didn't make
Yeah.
us wait.
Because they did. I feel like they announced Wicked and they were like, oh, coming out in like 3 years, Christmas, 3 years from now. And then we had to wait forever. So I'm glad they didn't do that again.
Yeah, me too. I think it was a good move. Like Wicked came out, I think last year.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, or like in last December.
So
Last
I saw,
December.
I remember. Um, but
Um,
yeah, no, fetus. I can't wait. Like I'm excited.
yeah, I love the movies, honestly. Bring back going to the movies. Make that cool again.
I know. Bring back, yes, bring back going to the movie. I love going to the movies.
I love the
Love,
movies.
we
I
loved
know.
4K cinema.
Like, do kids still go to the movies like in middle school, like we did, in like the mall?
I don't think it's, well, I think they go to like outdoor shopping malls.
Yeah, the indoor mall has changed.
The indoor mall is a great,
Yeah. I don't know if it was COVID or what, but the indoor mall landscape has changed.
yeah, it feels sketchy now. But I do think that they still go to the movies. I mean, I feel like little kids go to the movies. My nephew
Yeah.
go to the movies. They went and saw something recently, and they're only 10.
Well, yeah, they're a good age. Yeah. Well, that's probably like when we were doing it. I've tried to bring Connor to the movies like 2 or 3 times and he can never sit through.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Speaking of movies, did you finish Bridget Jones?
Oh, yes, yes. Wait, I have thoughts. Okay, I was glad that it didn't end up like she ended up being 140 pounds. That made me feel better that they were like, okay, you don't have to be skinny. So I felt good about that. Hold on, I took notes. Oh, I don't think that Colin Firth is very cute.
Really?
No.
Oh, I love Colin Firth.
I mean, but I'm just saying I don't think he's very attractive.
That's fair. I
Um,
think I like him so much because I love the movies he's in. I love
yeah.
actually. I love Bridget Jones. He also played Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice in the BBC series in the 90s.
Oh.
Yeah, like, oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, I liked him in the movie. The fight when they fight, like him and Hugh Grant is like I was like laughing out loud.
The fight is so good. Yes.
It's like so like two just like middle-aged average guys like don't know how to fight.
I love when they're kicking each other and they're like, I'm gonna shoot
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
So good.
I liked the part at the end with the diary when she like thought he ran away, but he went to go
Oh,
get her a new diary and she like ran out in her underwear and
mhm.
whatever. I'm not gonna lie though. I feel like you're not gonna like this, or you might agree. Um, I didn't love the kiss.
No, Brittany. Oh my God. I'm so glad we're talking about this. I don't love the kiss.
Okay, okay. I was like, I feel like Kristen's not gonna like this kiss either, but I
No.
would think that would be a big like deal breaker for you. Maybe not deal breaker, but
It's the same feeling I have about Ron and Hermione when they
yes.
kissed in Harry Potter. When I tell you that Ron Weasley was my first love, Brittany can vouch. I
Yeah. The
loved
Yule Ball chapter
Fuel
of
Ball
Harry Potter
chapter,
4.
Goblet of Fire, best chapter in the whole series. It had me. I was done. I mean, I reread that chapter so many times. Anyway, I had been waiting and waiting for the final movie where it was promised that Ron and Hermione were going to kiss. And the kiss,
Yeah, sucked. Yeah,
you
it
don't
did.
even see them. It's the back of their head. I mean, I'm still upset about it. This one
Yeah.
wasn't I mean, it wasn't as bad, but I agree. It didn't look like a good kiss. That's a great take. I totally agree.
Yeah.
But that makes me think. I saw a TikTok where Colin Firth was being interviewed, and the interviewer said, "Leading, I've had three leading ladies that you co-starred with that I've interviewed that have said you are the best kiss that they've had in movies."
What?
I know.
Oh, was Bridget Jones one or Renee Zellweger one of them?
She didn't name names, but she said, "I have to tell you." And he was surprised. And he said, he made a joke like, "Oh, tell me who it was or something." And she didn't. But yeah, it stuck out to me because I've always thought that the same, that the kiss looks a little awkward and I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I wasn't into the kiss, but I was into them and I was happy that they ended up together. I obviously wanted him and not Hugh Grant by the end.
yeah. Although Hugh Grant in that movie he's a perfect Daniel Cleaver.
Yeah. Well, he is significantly more attractive than Colin Firth.
If between the two, Hugh Grant or yeah, Colin Firth, I would pick Hugh Grant. Don't you love the part when he is at the dinner party and he comes back down to meet her and he tells her he likes her just as she is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what you want to happen to you.
Oh my God, I would love that. Yeah, where's my Mr. Darcy? So Mindy Kaling said in her book that's her all-time favorite scene, like romance scene.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants to be like, I feel like every girl just that's what you want. It's like someone just to be like, no, I see you. I like you just as you are,
Yeah. Yeah, right. Even with your flaws.
even with your flaws. The music in that film, first off, so
Oh, yeah.
good.
It is good. Yeah.
And I love the part when she's flirting with Daniel in the office or whatever, and then it cuts to like dum dum da dum 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 da dum. She's
Oh,
like, "Don't get
yeah.
carried away, Bridget. Don't get carried away." And she's like fantasizing her wedding. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
That's cute. That was funny. It was a good movie. Are we gonna score it? Do we want to score it?
yeah, so we were thinking that for any movies we watch, maybe we can do different categories at, like the end of the year or something. I don't know, but we'll give it a rating. So, excuse me, what would you rate Bridget Jones? Scale of 1 to 10.
Maybe like a 6.
What? That's blasphemous. Are you joking? Okay, fine, whatever.
7?
No, no, no,
I
because
don't know.
we can do an average. We can do an average. Like I'm a 10. That's a 10.
6.5.
Okay. All right. All right. We'll up it half a point. Great. So you're 6.5. I'm 10. Uh, I really hope that like if we keep up with that at the end of the year, something that 0.5 really pushes Bridget Jones over the edge to
Yeah,
the
I
top.
hope so too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Well, that's all we got for
Oh,
today.
I didn't know we didn't talk about the trailer for Summer I Turned Pretty.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, really quick. First of all, I didn't know that show wasn't like it hasn't been out for 2 years. Like, where have they been? This season better be good.
I
But
hope.
I love the songs. It's like for anyone who hasn't watched it, it's like Daylight. They play Daylight, and that's like the Jeremiah part, and then they like Conrad comes in at the end and they play Burning Red. Like it's like Burning Red.
I
Um,
love that.
yeah, so it was really good.
I love how she's using Taylor's music. Yeah, the trailer, I was surprised when it was all like clips of her and Jeremiah to Daylight. But once at the end, yeah, when the red burning red, it was perfect. Good ending.
Yeah. I mean, I read the books, so I know what happens. You read the books, right?
I did read the books, but I heard that she might be taking a little bit of a different, like I heard there it's gonna deviate a little bit.
I feel like they're not going to change the like who she ends up with though.
Agreed. I don't think so either.
Honestly, that's like one of the few books I've read the movie is better than the book. Or the show, I think is better than the book.
Some of the main couples aren't even my favorite part right now. Like,
Yeah, I like her brother and the girl, the friend.
yes,
Yeah,
Stephen
and they don't date in
Taylor.
the book. Yeah,
That was like the best storyline last season.
I agree. I feel like I like the show better.
Yeah, I would honestly I co-sign that. I definitely am a Team Conrad girl.
Same, same, same. Yeah.
If me and you were watching this show when we were like circa 13, 2000, whatever,
Yeah.
if this came on, we would for sure be Conrad girls.
Yes. Conrad is so cute.
So so cute.
He is very attractive.
I know that you're thinking the same thing I am, reminiscent of,
Yes, the skinny white boys.
but who in particular does he remind you of that we were
Oh,
obsessed?
Leo
Leo, young Leo.
and Harry Potter, Harry Styles. I feel like they're all kind of similar.
See, I don't,
Leo in Titanic.
yes.
Yeah, I feel like they all look similar, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely all stems from Leo.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I get the comparison there. I don't think he looks as much as Harry Styles. To me, he's like a young Leo.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, he definitely looks more like Leo. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
What a babe.
Jack. But anyway, our next podcast is gonna be a road trip podcast tomorrow with
Woo!
Gina.
We're so excited. You'll finally get to meet the infamous Gina Marie, our bestie.
Gina, some call her.
Also, also referred to as Gina. Hilarious.
Yeah, that'll never die.
That'll never die. All right, snitches. Great snitching with you on this Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow. Hope everyone has a great day.
Yay, goodbye.
Bye.